Hi, I'm Christine von Leader-Pollock, and welcome to Yoga Petals with Christine. I'm a certified ERYT 500 yoga instructor, homeopath, and flower essence therapist. So today we're going to talk about flower essences for abundance and prosperity. Flower essences work at the level of the chakras and the meridians, the subtle energy body. And this includes the 7 main chakras along the spinal column, from the base of the spine all the way up to the top of the head, the human body, and all of the energy channels known as meridians, nadis, and sarotas that transfer this life force energy, the prana, throughout the body. Flower essences are made in an electrodynamic way. So, for example, today we're working with agapanthus. This is a magnificent, beautiful flower. I picked it today. I live in California, and we're very close to summer solstice right now. And it's so interesting that this particular flower, I always say, and I love to see it bloom because it blooms magnificently very close to the summer solstice when the earth is tilting on an axis towards the sun and gets huge hours, long hours of sunlight every day. In fact, summer solstice, June 20th and June 21st, it's the summer solstice when we get the longest day of the year. So this beautiful flower for abundance and prosperity loves the sunlight and blooms at the summer solstice time. So first we're going to talk a little bit about how to make a flower essence. So flower essence it's a very simple process actually. You'll pick the flower or the blossoms of the flower just as they're blossoming, coming into the full blossom with all of their life force and energy power. For agapanthus today, I picked the entire head of the flower right at the base of the stem. And I placed it. You can also just pick off blossoms, single blossoms, and place them in spring or distilled water. And then you allow this to sit in sunlight for a period of time. It could be 2 to 3 hours. And this forms what we call the mother essence. So water has a very powerful ability to take on patterns, energetic patterns. And so by sitting in the sunlight, the water takes on the healing essence or the healing pattern of the flowers. Now from there, actually let me backtrack a little bit. When you first cut your blossoms or your flower, you'll want to use a sterilized instrument. I use a clipper or a scissors that's uniquely and only used for my flower essence work. That way it keeps the energy and the vibration clean and a high level energy. Now, to remove the physical flower, you can simply take a sterilized instrument such as a tweezer and take the flower out of what we call the mother essence that's been sitting in sunlight for a couple hours, and place the flower off to the side. Later, you can do a little ceremony with the flower, a little sacred ceremony of gratitude, thanking the flower for her healing energy, and place it back near the bush, near the rest of the flower plant where you cut it, or in the earth around that area. That's always nice to do. And then this is the mother essence, and you can actually store this with a third brandy in a large jar in your fridge, or you can take what we call a stock bottle, which is a 2-ounce dropper bottle. You get these online easily. And for a preservative, I'm adding 1/3 of the bottle. I'm filling 1/3 of the bottle with brandy. Now you can also use white vinegar. If you're making flower essences for people who may not consume alcohol for whatever reason, you can make the preservative. You can use white vinegar. So I am taking this 2-ounce bottle and filling it 1/3 with brandy as a natural preservative. And then from there, I'm going to add almost the rest with distilled or spring water and just leave a little bit at the top. And from there, I'm going to take from my mother essence. I'm not touching my fingers into the mother essence. You want to leave it pure so that no bacteria from the fingers or hands touch it. And I'm going to take my dropper and just simply fill the dropper up and I'm going to drop 7 drops of the mother essence into the stock bottle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go. This is your stock bottle of agapanthus flower essence. Now from there, I'm going to take the dropper and screw the top back on, and it's a homeopathic term called succussion. So I'm going to take the bottle to the palm of the hand and succuss it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. You can succuss it more if you want, but what this does, since we're dealing with electromagnetic energy and frequency, this stimulates and shakes the essence and awakens the flower essence into a more lively state. So you'll always want to do this before you transfer it into a formula bottle. And again, in the formula bottle, we'll talk about that again in just a minute here. So in homeopathy, it's considered less is more of the substance, because we're dealing again on a molecular, beyond the molecular level, really at the level of the particles, the energetic particles of creation. And each flower has a signature at this deep level of energy. So when we shake or succuss a homeopathic remedy or a flower essence remedy, we are waking up the essence. Now, from there, if I'm giving this to a client as part of a formula bottle or just as a single flower formula bottle, it's also called the dosage bottle. This is a little 1/2 ounce bottle, and I'm going to again fill that with 1/3 brandy or white vinegar as a natural preservative without touching the bottle or the brandy, just keeping things really clean and pristine. And then from there, once again, I've succussed my 2-ounce stock bottle of the agapanthus flower essence. Now I'm going to take the dropper and again take 7 drops and put that into my dosage or formula bottle. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's usually, between 3 and 10 drops, so it doesn't have to be exact. But you don't need a lot because, again, we're not dealing at the level of material anymore. We're dealing at the level of energetics and electromagnetic signatures, the level of particles. Now, if you were making a formula that wasn't a single blend formula, you could add up to another 3 to another 6 or 7 other single flower essence remedies from separate stock bottles into a formula bottle. But today we're just talking about a single flower essence. Now from here, I've added my brandy. I added my flower essence drops already. You could do that at the end if you wanted, but I added it after the brandy. And now I'm just simply going to add some distilled water or spring water. There we go. Into my little formula bottle. Once again, I'm going to screw the top on. And just succuss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Waking up life force energy throughout the formula. Letting the whole signature be throughout the bottle. The flower essence, electromagnetic signature of the agapanthus flower. So that is your stock bottle. Now, if I were taking this as a flower essence remedy, I might take it between 1 to 3 times a day and do it for, depending on the case of the patient and what they've come to see you, and after taking the patient's case, which would be discussed in another lesson or in the flower essence certification class that I offer, your client or yourself, if this is for you, would take this just like this, under the tongue, without touching the dropper into the tongue, 7 drops. And that can be done 2 or 3 times a day. So now let's talk about the agapanthus flower and its healing qualities and what this does. So I'm reading from the South African Flower Essence Materia Medica book. And on agapanthus, it says, and I quote, for relieving poverty consciousness or avariciousness, which in the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, under the 8 limbs of yoga, one being the yamas, which are the eternal, excellent yoga commandments, one being aparigraha, which is non-coveting, non-hoarding. And so that's in relation to what they say here in this Materia Medica for avariciousness and poverty consciousness. So this beautiful, powerful flower that loves the sun addresses and helps wash these issues out of our energetic body. And then it says, quote, for those who have, quote, money issues in their lives, hoarding what they have, or feeling that there's never enough, or feeling that their wealth, if it's the opposite end of that spectrum, if they have wealth, then feeling on a very limited part of their being that it's the wealth that makes them special instead of their divine soul. And it goes on to say, it's also for those who fear being deprived of physical resources. That happens a lot sometimes for people who've suffered great trauma in their lives or any type of abuse. Many times they may also feel that they have a fear of being deprived of physical resources, especially if that was something that was handed down in their family. So it goes on and it says, this essence allows abundance consciousness, an inner knowledge, an inner knowing that money is energy. Money, M-O-N-E-Y, my own natural energy yield. My own natural energy yield. Money. And that there is really no limitation in divine eternal consciousness. And that any limitation is really imposed from oneself. And then it ends here by saying that one can have it all if one will open to receive it. And that fear and avarice are certainly a way to close one down and keep one from blossoming in life and having all that they need. So again, this is just a really beautiful, powerful flower essence therapy that can help to begin to wash away that gripping or that tightening or that fear of not having or the fear that one doesn't deserve or that one isn't worthy or in that clamping and in that worry and anxiety and fear, it blocks the natural flow of eternal abundance, eternal love, eternal yumminess that the heart chakra, when it's moving and spinning properly, allows to come into one life. So in the seventh chakra is located at the base of the spine. First chakra that deals a lot with survival and survival issues. So again, this essence is going to go in there and help open the first chakra, help unblock, help clear away the traumas and the fears that block all of that. And then it allows the flowing up through the second chakra, which is creativity. That's located between the base of the spine and the navel point. So that's going to allow that creative center to open. And then from there, the energy can flow and move up more into the third chakra, between the second chakra and the navel point, the Manipura, where 72,000 main nerves of the body spring to life. It's like a little egg shape underneath the belly button area. And then from there, as those three chakras, those three beautiful base chakras open and the juiciness of life starts flowing. Then from there, that energy flows up into the heart chakra. This beautiful heart energy opens and begins to blossom. The chakras are like beautiful flowers that begin to open. And so the flower essence therapy is just so magnificent and akin to opening these chakras in this rainbow body of light, as it's called. And then from there, as the heart chakra opens, the energy flows all up into the fifth chakra, right in the throat area, where we begin to just speak freely and joyfully and sharing our joy with the world. And then from there, the energy flows and opens what we call the sixth chakra, the ajna, the pituitary, the third eye, the intuition. And from there, the energy can flow easily and begin to open and connect beautifully with the seventh chakra at the top, the crown chakra, the 1,000-petal lotus at the top of the head, the yogis call it. And from there, that beautiful flow of energy into the electromagnetic field, the aura, and all the meridians and the nadis and the shrotas, all the energy channels through our body, we just open and aliven, and just all the stream of abundance in life begins to happen. And it's just such an incredible, amazing, glorious, magnificent, juicy experience. And so it's not something that happens overnight, but little by little, through our practices of yoga and meditation and our adjunct healing practices, all these beautiful practices available to us on the earth at this time. Flower essence therapy is one more magnificent healing modality that we can add to our little bag of divine tools to help us blossom as full, beautiful human beings. So that is Agapanthus, one of the many beautiful flower essences to help us on our journey to full blossoming, to full abundance and prosperity. So I wish you much love and joy on your continued journey of serenity, joy, and love. And I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Have a wonderful day or evening. And namaste. See you real soon.